The American Civil War unfolded from 1861 to 1865, driven by deep divisions within the United States. It was a war born from decades of escalating tensions between the North and the South, with issues like slavery, states' rights, and economic differences at its core. When Abraham Lincoln was elected president in 1860, the Southern states, where slavery was essential to their agrarian economy, saw his anti-slavery stance as a threat to their way of life. In response, they seceded from the Union and formed the Confederate States of America, setting the stage for a brutal and defining conflict. The war's early moments were marked by the attack on Fort Sumter in South Carolina, where Confederate forces opened fire, signaling the beginning of hostilities. The conflict quickly escalated, with major battles fought on numerous fronts. Gettysburg in 1863 would become one of the most pivotal moments. After several years of bloody confrontations, General Robert E. Lee's Confederate Army was dealt a decisive blow by Union forces under General George Meade. The battle, which resulted in massive casualties, marked a turning point, signaling that victory for the South was becoming increasingly unlikely. Elsewhere, Antietam in 1862 became notorious for being the bloodiest single day in American history, with tens of thousands of soldiers falling. The Union Army, though not victorious in a clear sense, managed to halt Lee's invasion of the North. In the aftermath, President Lincoln seized the moment to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, a bold move that declared enslaved people in Confederate-held territories to be free. This not only transformed the war's moral compass, but also shifted the Union's objective from merely preserving the Union to actively ending slavery. As the war dragged on, the Confederacy's prospects grew increasingly bleak. In 1864, Union General William Tecumseh Sherman led his infamous March to the Sea, cutting a path of destruction across Georgia. His tactics, which included destroying infrastructure and resources vital to the South, crippled Confederate morale and their ability to continue the fight. By 1865, after General Lee's surrender at Appomattox Courthouse, the war was over. The Union had emerged victorious, but the victory came at an immense cost. Over 600,000 lives had been lost. In the aftermath, the country was left to rebuild, both physically and socially. The 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery, was passed, marking the end of an era of enslavement. However, the road to full equality for African Americans was long and fraught with challenges, leading to the era of Reconstruction, where former Southern states were slowly reintegrated into the Union under new, often contentious terms. The Civil War reshaped the United States in profound ways, laying the foundation for the modern nation. While slavery was abolished, the scars of war and its aftermath would continue to affect the country for generations, as the battle for civil rights would continue well into the 20th century. The Civil War was not just a military conflict, it was a moral, political, and cultural watershed that changed the course of American history forever.